Dear Chartered Accountants, working professionals and students in the domains of Indian auditing, accounting and the tax and regulatory space, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing Chartered Accountant. Daily news and updates for 22nd September 2023. The Indian government is planning to implement biometric and geotagging authentication measures during the goods and service tax registration process to prevent the registration of fake entities and curb false input tax credit claims. However, these pilot projects have faced delays due to disagreements over access to the Aadhaar identity database. The IBBI has notified an amendment to the IBBI Insolvency Professionals Regulations 2016. An amendment has been made in Regulation 7, that is Certificate of Registration. As per the amended norms, the board, on being satisfied, may grant a certificate of registration to the applicant to carry out the activities of an insolvency professional within 30 days of receipt of the application instead of 60 days. Also, a new regulation 10A pertaining to surrender of registration has been introduced. The Chinese brands in the Indian television segment are losing market share for the first time, mirroring the trend in the smartphone space. Industry executives attributed this to the large brands such as LG and Samsung tweaking their strategy in India and dropping the prices of entry models, while also riding the wave of premiumization since COVID, and the Chinese brigade deciding to reduce focus on low margin categories to stall cash burn. The Parliament on Thursday passed a historic legislation to provide 33% reservation for women in Lok Sabha and state assemblies. The Rajya Sabha passed the Women's Reservation Bill unanimously on Thursday with 214 members voting in support and none against. The Air Force is planning to induct more of the Netra early warning and control aircraft to its fleet, in a show of confidence in the indigenous system that demonstrated its capabilities to track enemy aircraft and direct quick responses during the Balakot operations in 2019. 6 additional aircrafts are being planned to be acquired by Air Force as a part of a $1 billion plan to add force multipliers in the Air Force. The Netra system has been developed by the Defence Research and Development Organization, which is also working on a next-generation airborne warning and control system program. The Committee of Directors of Vedanta Limited has approved raising up to Rs 2,500 crore through the issuance of non-convertible debentures in one or more tranches. The company will issue up to 250,000 secured, unrated, unlisted redeemable NCDs of face value of Rs 1 lakh each. The company said fundraising is part of its routine refinancing that is undertaken in the ordinary course of business. Vedanta has 2 separate term loans of Rs 300 crore and Rs 1000 crore due on November 14, 2023 and March 31, 2024 respectively. The fresh issue of bonds likely meet the capex requirements or repay these term loans. The fundraise also comes at a time when its parent Vedanta Resources is working round the clock on the redemption of the upcoming $3.2 billion offshore bonds. The Reserve Bank of India on Thursday announced the issuance of the Reserve Bank of India Prudential Regulations on Basel III Capital Framework, Exposure Norms, Significant Investments, Classification, Valuation and Operation of Investment Portfolio Norms and Resource Raising Norms for all India Financial Institutions Directions 2023. These directions are set to govern the operations of 5 prominent all India financial institutions, namely Export-Import Bank of India, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development, National Housing Bank, and Small Industries Development Bank of India. Market regulator Sebi has approved a proposal to provide flexibility to large corporations to meet their financing needs from debt market. The decision was taken at the board meeting, which was held earlier on Thursday. A higher monetary threshold has been specified for defining large corporations, thereby reducing the number of such entities. Further, A removal of penalty has also been approved on large cap companies which are not able to raise a certain percentage of incremental borrowing from the debt market. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.